Recently, in a small town in Texas called Sherman, something quietly important happened. The CEO of NVIDIA stood next to the CEO of the company most people never heard of and broke ground on a factory expansion. The factory makes one specific material, not silicon, not the chips you read about, something called Indium Phosphide. And it is what nobody's saying. Without Indium Phosphide, the AI revolution literally cannot scale. Every advanced AI data center on Earth depends on it. Almost no one outside the chip industry has heard of it. And the world's leading factory making it is being expanded right now because we are running out of it. This is a hidden choke point in the AI build-out. And the most important chip company in the world just showed up in person to make sure it gets solved. Let's break it down. I'm Diana and this is Chips Weekly, where I cover the semiconductor industry, the technology behind it, and the geopolitics shaping it. Now, most coverage of the AI infrastructure focuses on what you can see: GPUs, servers, cooling, data centers. But behind the headlines there are tiny specialized supply chains without which none of these big systems work. I covered one of them before when I made a video about SML, the company on the earth that makes the machines to print the most advanced chips. That video explained a single hidden choke point the entire chip industry depends on. Today I want to do the same but for another one. It's not SML, it's not TSMC, it is a material almost nobody talks about. But every AI data center being built right now depends on it. And it just became the focus of one of the most strategic supply chain announcements of the year. Let's start with the problem. Modern AI data centers do not just need fast chips. They need fast connections between thousands of chips, sometimes hundreds of thousands, sometimes millions. And here's the part that surprises a lot of people. Beyond a certain speed and distance, you cannot move data with electricity. Copper wires hit a physical wall, and they lose the signal. They burn too much power, so instead of pushing electrons through metal, the industry uses light. Photons, lasers. Beams of infrared carrying data through the fiber optic cables. But here's the problem. Silicon, the material the entire chip industry is built on, is great at moving electrons. It is terrible at making light. Silicon doesn't naturally emit photons. It cannot create the lasers the AI data center needs. So the industry uses a different material, indium phosphide. It is what physicists call a direct bandgap material, which is a fancy way of saying it's extraordinarily efficient at emitting and detecting light. Tune it correctly, and you get a laser that operates at exactly the wavelengths fiber optic cables transmit best. 1310 nanometers, 1550 nanometers. Indium phosphide is simply put the material that lets AI chips talk to each other at the scale. So why is it breaking now? Because of AI. When you connect 10,000 GPUs together, the amount of data they need to exchange every fraction of a second is struggling. When you connect 1 million, which is exactly where NVIDIA is heading, the entire data center needs to be re-architected around light. Every optical transceiver plugged into every NVIDIA switch in every AI cluster being built right now uses indium phosphide lasers. The new generation of the modules, 800 GB, 8.6 TB, depend on it. NVIDIA's own Spectrum-X photonics and Quantum-X photonics switches are now being deployed with co-packaged optics, and Coherent supplies the external laser modules that plug into them. Every step up in AI cluster size drives more demand for the same scarce material, and the supply is not keeping up. Which brings us back to the Sherman, Texas. In June 2026, a company called Coherent, the global leader in photonic devices, signed a letter of intent to receive $50 million in CHIPS Act funding to expand its facilities there. And NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang showed up in person for the groundbreaking ceremony. This is not a normal thing. CEO of $1 trillion company do not fly to Texas for $50 million fab expansion unless something matters strategically. The Sherman expansion is significant. It will double the manufacturing space from 70,000 square feet to 140,000. It will quadruple wafer production capacity, and it will create over 1,000 jobs. And here is a part almost no coverage explains. Sherman, Texas, is the world's first and largest 6-inch indium phosphide manufacturing facility. 6-inch wafers. Why does that matter? Because silicon fabs run on 12-inch wafers, and most of the world's indium phosphide production is still stuck on 3-inch and 4-inch wafers. Moving from 3-inch to 6-inch roughly quadruples the usable area of each wafer. That changes the economics completely. It is how you scale photonics from specialty material into high-volume products that can keep up with AI demand. This is not just a factory expansion. It is a photonics industry growing up. Now here's the part most coverage misses entirely. Indium phosphide is a choke point, just like SML's machines for printing chips, just like CoWoS packaging at TSMC. A handful of companies control almost all of it. Lumentum, Coherent, Mitsubishi, Sumitomo, Broadcom. This is essentially the list of the major suppliers of the laser powering AI infrastructure. And right now the industry faces an estimated 5 to 15% supply deficit in high-end laser components. NVIDIA has been quietly pre-buying laser capacity, pushing lead times out past 2027. When the biggest buyer in the market starts hoarding a scarce component, everyone else scrambles. Sounds familiar? It is the exact same pattern we have seen across this channel. A revolutionary technology, AI, bottlenecked by one rare material and tiny number of suppliers. Just like SML owns machines that print chips, just like TSMC owns advanced packaging, and a handful of photonic companies may end up owning the light that powers the entire AI build-up. And whoever owns the choke point owns the leverage. Now here is the surprising part. For once, the choke point is not a nation. SML is in Netherlands, TSMC is in Taiwan, HBM is in Korea, but indium phosphide, the largest, most advanced high-volume facility in the world, is in Sherman, Texas. It was founded by an American company. Coherent has been a US manufacturer since 1971. The semiconductor laser itself was born in American labs. Bell Labs demonstrated the room temperature version in 1970. But like so many American manufacturing technologies, much of the production migrated overseas over the following decades. Indium phosphide is one of the few areas where the United States still genuinely leads, which is why Washington is putting CHIPS Act money behind expanding it. And it is why Jensen Huang personally showed up to a groundbreaking ceremony in Texas town most Americans couldn't find on a map. This is why China is racing to catch up. Photonics is now part of the chip war. Heavy Chinese investment in domestic alternative state-backed companies and a parallel push for compound semiconductor self-sufficiency. Because whoever controls the light controls the speed of AI. So what does all of this mean? If you follow AI, the choke point is no longer just transistors and packaging. It is the optical infrastructure moving data between chips. The indium phosphide is the bottleneck inside the bottleneck. If you follow the chip industry, compound semiconductors are the next frontier. Indium phosphide, gallium arsenide, silicon carbide, these are not the headline materials, but they are increasingly where strategic value is being created. If you follow markets, the suppliers of indium phosphide lasers are some of the most underappreciated names in the AI supply chain. Most investors do not know they exist. And if you follow geopolitics, this is one of the rare cases where the United States still controls a critical choke point. The AI world depends on. Defending the position is one of the smartest things the CHIPS Act can actually do. So here's the real takeaway. Every revolution in the computer has had a hidden choke point. For the PC era, it was Intel. For the smartphone era, it was ARM. For the modern AI chips, it is TSMC and ASML. And now, for the AI infrastructure, it's increasingly indium phosphide, a material almost nobody knows about, made by a handful of companies that decide how fast the next generation of AI can actually move its own data. The Sherman expansion is a real beginning, not just a finish line. Even after the doubling and quadrupling of the capacity, demand will likely still outrun supply, because the AI build-out is not slowing down. If anything, it's accelerating faster than any forecaster predicted. And the next time you read that NVIDIA is supply constrained, remember, it's not always about GPU. Sometimes it is the laser inside the cable next to the GPU. Anyone telling you that AI built-out has no ceiling is not paying attention. The ceiling exists, it's just made of indium phosphide. If you found this episode useful, subscribe. I cover the space every week. And tell me in the comments, are compound semiconductors the next SML level investment opportunity, or just a niche bottleneck that gets solved quickly? I'll see you in the next episode, and until then, stay curious, stay sharp, and stay chip aware.